All right, I've made some progress on this. I have gotten a whole lot of the paint off the secondary hull. Okay, and started to do the bracing areas around the main deflector dish. I got most of the paint away from the shuttle bay. One of the pylons, also known as the struts, the paint's been removed, and the other one, half of it's been done. I'm not sure if that's showing up, but the other half is not. And I'm going to show that process on the camera now. I have essentially found my hobby knife set or X-Acto knife set, so I've got a good array of blades to work with. And basically what I do, again, with the paint thinner, and it's low odor, it's low power, it's not very strong. Let's just go over this. A little bit of paint got in those little lined grilled sections. Not much, and actually this stuff will alone, just by doing that, will get most of that out, just by doing that on the grills. Okay, if anybody ever has an issue like that, just so you know, that'll work. So doing this has been kind of tricky, and I've come to like the curved blade a lot. Sometimes the curved blade isn't good, and I need to use one of the flatter blades. So I just kind of go in here and just lightly scrape the paint, taking care to not destroy the detail. And of course, this is like the craziest thing anybody could do, is to make this amount of mistake, which was very poor on my part. Also, most people would just trash the model and buy a new one over this. They wouldn't sit here and fix it. Honestly, it was a small model, and I think what had happened, and it was about a year ago or more that I started painting this, and it just put it on the shelf and didn't do anything with it. It might actually almost be 2 years ago that I did it. Because I had certain people over here when I showed them what I'd done. Anyway, I think because it's a small model and I just started putting on the white paint, and next thing you know, I had like 90% of the model painted, and I realized the paint wasn't sitting on there good, and I should have paid more attention, and that's the fault on my part, because if I noticed on a little section that the paint wasn't good, then I could have just repaired that little section, and probably could have removed the paint right away because it was wet, and saved a lot of this trouble. But the nice thing about this is, for those that have maybe made a similar mistake and they don't know what to do, this is something that you can do. And it's really nothing, it's not rocket science. I mean, most anybody could tell you how to do this, but most people would think that it's too much work for such a small model, which honestly is the truth. So I've switched to a different one to try to get a flat section here, like that. Yeah, I guess that's not totally on camera, but yeah, but anyway, just to get the edges nice. the other thing is I'm at a stage where I need to add a little bit more. A little bit more of this again. So, and the nice thing is when you do this and when you've scraped a lot of it away and then you put this on, it actually just starts to take the paint away. You got to be careful to not destroy the detail, which will happen a little bit. There's not a lot you can do about that because it is a small model and the detail lines are very tiny. They're not very deep. So most of that is actually off now. Just get these edges. The other part that's really a pain is right in here, and this is why you want a curved blade, is right here where the struts meet the hull. This got to kind of curve in. If you were using a flat blade, it's a little bit hard to do that. You are going to lose some of the plastic and some of the process, particularly in that section. It's not the end of the world. Okay, now most of it's gone, and what I do now, small piece of fine grit sandpaper, and you just lightly go in here. You're not vigorously sandpapering. Nice thing about this is also prepping the surface for being painted later using a sandpaper. So paint will stick better. This also might be something that I didn't do when I started painting it in the first place, is I didn't sandpaper it. So the paint did not stick real well to begin with. So anyway, that strut, the outside, is pretty much done. As you can see, it's a slow process. It just takes time, and once it's done, I'll have a model that's ready to be painted, and it will probably I think it's going to turn out to be a really good model once it's done. And anyway, that's the stage I'm at right now, and next resolve, I'll have more of it done. So in a little bit, we'll see each other again. All right, in the cleaning, I've gotten the secondary hull and stuff pretty much clean. I'm working on doing other illustrating things I'm going to show you. And the I knew it was going to probably happen, and I didn't say anything, but even though it is a snap-on, the glue came loose, and I was able to really easily pull this out, and it'll make cleaning it up a lot easier, so I went along with it. So the one thing I am doing a Dremel with, and to speed up some of the stuff, is I've got this little brush attachment, okay, and on the lowest setting, it's actually safe. So I've loosened some of the plastic, some of the paint in some spots. And let me show you. There's a spot right here. Let's see if it pulls it out of that window. And it does. And it did sand a little mark, but it's actually it didn't. It just roughed it up. But pulled out the paint, and then in here, I've been doing this, and just go in there real lightly and clean up some of the paint. And that's about all I'm going to do on that piece. And so this section is pretty much done. I don't really have to worry too much more about it. I might just do some more light sanding, and then file out some of the detail, and then reopen some of the windows with the with this Dremel bit. So I'm really ready to start working on the saucer, which is really bad shape. So that's where I'm at. And catch you on the next resolve.